morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching WYTV. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatuji. You're welcome to another edition of News Review, where we talk about the headlines that made up the newspapers of today. I'm in the studio with...
I'm Ambassador Rochimi Orilua, son of the prophetess. Good morning to all our viewers all over the world.
All right, you know the sponsor for the show is still Nokpa Abbas, and as you know, you can as well be one of our sponsors by sending us text or send us DM, and we'll reply as sharp. Today we'll be starting with Punch newspaper as usual. Tinubu orders 2 trillion naira poverty relief fund probe Edu face EFCC today. Osun APC sues Aregbesola for dividing party. Dangote said production as crude supply hit 6 million barrels. Plateau Varsity tightens security, resumes academy. Then on Vanguard newspaper, Obi slams federal government over lavish borrowing spending. NDA alerts Kaduna residents on commencement of shooting exercise. Fears over Nigeria's budget 2024 as burning light price drops to 76.19 per dollar per barrel. 585 million naira scandal. Suspended Minister Edo denied access to see Tinubu. Then on Daily Post newspaper, they are dirty lies. Fani Kayode films over BBC's heavy allegation against TB Joshua. Party spokesman reacts as NYCN chairman alleges LP win all elections. Court orders federal government EFCC to pay Emefiele 100 million naira for unlawful detention. Peter Obi's campaign director, Doyin Okupe, resigned from Labour Party, give reasons. These are the headlines that made up the newspapers of today. We're going on a short commercial break. When we're back, we talk more on some of the headlines. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned.
When life breathes into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Abba Mixture, your family's best bet. With
Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
You welcome back from that short commercial break, and that's our sponsor, Nokpa Abbas, that produces Nokpa Abba Bitter, Abba Flusher, Abba Tonic, Abba Cool. Sir, I don't think you do use Nokpa very well, because these days I don't see the way you vibe. Your vibe is not on point. So I feel maybe this year you've dropped the energy of taking Nokpa.
The least and the last person that you could ever think of that was the person that just came into this company today. So when you are talking of Nokpa, I believe you met me in the system.
I'm just trying to challenge you,
You
sir.
met me in the system, so you are not the one to tell me that. I should be the one asking you that. It was like I've not been seeing you using Nokpa these days. Because it has become...
I cannot tell you that, you know.
No.
The only person that can tell the amount of Nokpa I take every week is, you know now.
Okay, you know Nokpa has now become as an Adamic nature to my system.
Exactly. All right, let's move on to the headline of today. We want to talk about Osun APC that sues Aregbesola for dividing party.
Let's go to the body of the news, because if Osun APC is coming out at this point in time to sue Aregbesola for dividing the party, well, they have their reason of suing Aregbesola, because I believe some set of people, some sort of group works for the success of that party by endorsing Aregbesola to be the governor of that state during his own tenure. Exactly. You see, most of our political leaders at times, when they get to the office, they normally forgot where they're coming from. At the end of the day, they believe once the power is within their care, they can do whatever they like. They've forgotten that some set of people work right from the grassroots to make sure the party stands in that state.
That means they forgot their source.
They forgot their source, yes.
Well, the All Progressive Congress in Osun State has dragged former Governor Rauf Aregbesola before the Federal High Court sitting in Osogbo for allegedly creating a faction within the party. An Assistant Secretary to the Osun APC, Wahid Adeniran, in an affidavit in support of the originating summons, filed by the party's lawyer Ayodele Kusamotu urged the court to declare Aregbesol's formation of a group called Omoluabi Caucus an act of anti-party. So now I feel they are scared. They are being scared now because Aregbesola has upper hand in the APC in Osun State. Now that Aregbesola is now having his own caucus, so they are scared maybe in the coming election he's going to switch to another party.
That is exactly what normally happens to those so-called leaders. You could remember vividly in the history of Benga Daniel in Ogun State. Exactly. Benga Daniel was brought into the system. He was not in the system. He was brought into the system. The person that the ticket should have been given to was retired Lieutenant Colonel Shoda, not Gia. Shoda was from Shagamu also. All of a sudden, because all this, what do they call it? Godfathers. They had to go with somebody who has money to throw around. All of a sudden, when Daniel came on board, forgetting those people that work tirelessly for the success of the party, what happened? At the dying minute, he had to go and create another party. That's PPN.
Yes, PPN.
Bringing his own candidate.
Exactly what happened during the time of Amosu too, when he created another party.
They were all into the system. That's what they normally do.
Wow. Well, the suit marks FHCOS CS1 2024 also has the Independent National Electoral Commission as a defendant. Also joined as defendant were a former member of the House of Representatives, Rashid Afolabi, and Mr. Lani Baderua, who served in Aregbesol's cabinet as the Commissioner for Information. The Osun APC wants the court to make an order of a perpetual injunction restraining the first defendant from attending or recognizing or accepting any congress or convention held or to be held by the second, fourth defendants and any other persons associating with them in their factional and parallel political group or association of the purpose of inaugurating or constituting the executive council or committee of the plaintiff at any level of nomination, candidates for any elective positions under the provisions of the Constitution, the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended in the name or on the platform of the plaintiff. So now what I'm trying to say is if Aregbesola wants to have caucus, he should just defect from APC officially. Just like Donyo Kupe.
Are you saying that to Aregbesola?
Yes.
You are saying that?
No. The APC have the right to sue him.
If the constitution is not being amended, nothing will be done about it. You could recall recently that in Rivers State, did you know how many people that PDP voted into power? At the end of the day, they had to defect to APC. And they are still claiming they are the rightful owner of that seat.
Yes, sir. This has become not appointed. It was PDP. They were in PDP before they got to that seat.
No, they were in PDP. Yes, they were in PDP before they got. So if they wanted to defect from that party to another party, they should have declared that seat vacant because it wasn't APC that voted them into.
Well, sir, I believe you are older than me and you understand politics very well in Nigeria. This is a dirty game. We all know that.
That is exactly where I am going. Yes. That you expect the unexpected in Nigeria.
And party in Nigeria is by choice. You see, you can see someone in APC today and defecting to PDP tomorrow.
There are a bunch of the same.
So if Aregbesola, what I'm saying is Aregbesola can defect to any party, but not having a caucus against the party. That is why APC is suing Aregbesola.
Wike is not defecting from PDP to APC, but he has a caucus in PDP that really work against the progress of the party.
That is exactly what they are trying to. That's what they are trying.
But why can't they tell Wike to go back to go and work for the progress of his party? If APC is coming out to say they want to sue Aregbesola because he's having his own caucus, what could happen? Well, what could happen to Wike? Despite the fact that Wike worked against the party, he was still appointed as the minister for the FCT. Exactly. Are you telling me is there any constitution that is backing it up? Do we have a
all these parties have their constitutions. They have their own rules too.
If they have their own rules and constitution, they should have go by their own rules and their.
And that's what they are trying to do now.
Now, why is it that APC didn't flush it? Why is it that they cleanse it in the area of Wike?
Well, let's move on. Wike is helping APC. PDP is supposed to sanction Wike for doing that, but PDP did not do anything because
so
Wike
that is why
is one of their strongest men.
APC is coming out to sanction Aregbesola, to sue Aregbesola.
Exactly.
Well, you know, an adage of Yoruba says, so let them keep on moving with what they are seeing in that.
Well, the plaintiff is also seeking out order prohibiting the illegal factional and parallel association of the second and fourth defendant launched as Omoluabi Progressives APC in similar or same name of the plaintiff impersonating the plaintiff's registered logo, symbol and slogan to function as a political group. General damages of 5 million naira jointly or severally against the second and fourth defendants in favor of the plaintiff. So I think that they have reasons for this, because now the third Aregbesola is planning to have his own logo and using another name like launched as Omoluabi Progressives. Just like APC, you know,
the Constitution is backing it up. Is there any other thing? If the Constitution is not backing it up, they wouldn't have come up with that idea. You understand what the Nigerian?
Well, I know the game.
You recall, if you recall, when President Muhammadu Buhari, the ex-president, came to visit Ogun State during his own tenure, Amosun was an APC member. What happened in the stadium? There was no APC poster pasted at the surface of the stadium. Exactly. It was APPM, was the so-called party that where he brought Akinlade. Now, the APM, did Buhari say anything about it? What could the ex-president say? The only statement he ordered was that vote APC at the federal level and at the state level.
And any other party.
Vote any candidate of your choice.
But sir, do you know that what Aregbesola is trying to do is well known to him, because now we understand that the current governor of Osun State now is a PDP candidate, and he is actually doing well, and people are loving him more. So Aregbesola is just trying to think of how to stand out, because he still have this ambition of doing some things for Osun State. So he's trying to create his own platform.
He might have an ambition of becoming the senator. If he's creating his platform, it is at his own disposal. Do they really have a problem with that? Let them move on with their party. Let them go and work and see how they are going to go to grassroots to campaign and see how their party is going to win in that state.
Well, let's move on to the next headline here. Peter Obi slams federal government over lavish borrowing and spending. Labour Party LP presidential candidate during the February 25, 2023 general elections, Peter Obi, has kicked against what he described as federal government's disturbing pattern of huge borrowing and profligate spending on non-essential procurement, warning that such pattern will soon wreck the economy. The former Anambra State governor also condemned federal government's securitization of ways and means borrowing from the CBN, which he said is against the law and the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN Act, which stipulates the limits of the federal government borrowing from the CBN not to exceed 5% of the previous year's revenue. In a statement yesterday titled Debt and Waste as Economic Policy, Obi said that the current trend of federal government's lavish spending, backed only by the equally lavish borrowing, is unsustainable and will wreck the economy in due course. He said, what is emerging is a disturbing pattern of huge borrowing and profligate spending on non-essential procurement, which are being termed capital expenditure and are being funded with an accumulation of debts. Now, I feel you understand what Peter Obi
I understand what Peter Obi was just trying to say. If Peter Obi was also there, I don't belong to any political party. If Peter Obi was also there, the same thing would have happened. But I believe Baba Lokon, the present president of the United Nations, knows what he's going there to do. Number one. I believe he might have done his feasibility study to have come out. There is a statement that is too barbaric that is unacceptable to the whole Nigerians. As a whole, that was the statement, that was his address to the whole nation on at the beginning of this year, that he said he all knew what the whole country is going through, that he would have suggested that if there's an alternative for it, but for now, there wasn't any alternative for it.
But sir, do you know now that what Peter Obi is trying to say, we all know what is going on in our country currently. Like yesterday, there was a news that the House of Assembly is hoping for 30 billion naira to renovate House of Assembly.
I'm not opposing what Peter Obi said. I'm still coming to that. What I was just trying to chip in was that Baba Lokon would have seen how they should try and cut their coat according to their size, because all this borrowing at the end of the day, it will have effect at the economy of Nigeria. It was like the way I'm seeing things in the leadership was that everybody was not. It was like when they are given the opportunity to be there, when they are there, they use that opportunity to showcase themselves and to do whatever they like, because they know nobody is going to hold them accountable for it.
Well, Peter Obi said, this is the time when we need to go beyond politics and partisan grandstanding to address the fundamental issues of rational economic management. I am afraid that the current administration is not paying sufficient attention to issues of rational economic management. Instead, an unsustainable level of debt is being piled upon the economy, thereby further bordering already distressed populace who are bearing the burden of harsh economic policies not backed by compassionate cushioning policies. Well, tracing the problem from the previous administration, Obi now said, barely 26 days to the end of its 8-year tenure, the Buhari administration got the Senate to approve a 22.7 trillion ways and means borrowing from the CBN. In 7 years, CBN lending to the Buhari government had climbed 2,700% in flagrant violation of the CBN Act.
There is no lie about that, because you could recall, where is the money now? What did they use the money for? I believe one day that God is going to raise help for this.
This is not even the matter of we pray. This is the problem. Buhari administration, they borrowed money. This new administration is supposed to try as much as possible to settle that bill.
Have you ever seen any sitting governor or any sitting president that will ever come on board and say they want to settle the bills or the debt of their president?
They keep borrowing and borrowing.
They kept on borrowing. And one of the major problems is this. When you see a sitting governor, a governor that was just being elected now, maybe the past administrative, was trying to, they embark on a certain project. Where the project stops is where the project is going to stop. Instead of the new person that is coming into that office to continue where the project stops, what else? They will go and look for another way to channel another project that is going to fetch their pocket money. Look, for instance, now you know we normally say something about Ogun State. They will think as if we are biased. We are not biased. Let's go to the history of Ogun State now. Come back to what happened in the cargo airport now. The cargo airport was launched and commissioned, where the cargo airport has not been in existence. What happened? The tower has not been built there. Till now, nothing has been done since the commission of that project. Is this how Dapo Abiodun, His Excellency Dapo Abiodun, is going to spend his own tenure? At the end of the day, we leave that place. What happened to the place where they said the commission cargo airport? It will become another bushy area.
Well, we need to find something to do to this situation that is disturbing the economy of our country, because now Peter Obi is making sense, saying at least if an administration should be able to finish up with what the past administration could not do, they should be able to handle it well before they start borrowing another money. But let's wait and see what Baba Emiloko is going to do about this, because I know anytime Peter Obi
talks, the statement we kept on saying when the ex-president was there. Let us wait and see what the pregnant night will give back to. You remember during his 4-6 months, he said at the end of the day, he came back that he's not a magician.
Well, let's move on to the next headline, which is going to be the last for today. There are dirty lies Fani Kayode films over BBC's heavy allegations against TB Joshua. Former Aviation Minister Fani Kayode has described the allegations being paddled against the late televangelist Prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua, popularly known as TB Joshua, as dirty lies. Now, it was reported that BBC had exposed alleged secret lifestyles of the late prophet, accusing him of several atrocities, including rape. According to a documentary released by the BBC yesterday, no fewer than 25 eyewitnesses accused TB Joshua of sexual assault, physical abuse, fabricated miracles, and trauma. Reacting to the trending report, FFK in a post on his official X handle yesterday night countered BBC, saying the late prophet fought a good fight prior to his death. According to the All Progressives Congress APC chieftain, TB Joshua was a blessing to the church, the Christian faith, humanity, and Nigeria.
Well, let me come in by saying, if you see all those eyewitnesses that came out at this point in time, they should be arrested and be prosecuted. Because at this point in time, even when you see, let me tell you this, even Jesus Christ, when he was when he was alive, they prosecuted him to the point of death. That's a spirit man that was being sent by God, not to talk of somebody who came through flesh.
Sir, but then, sir, these people...
Let me finish.
Okay.
These people should have come out. When TB Joshua was still alive, you know what he faced through from the hand of the Nigerian government. Now, if TB Joshua is dead now, almost how many years ago? Almost 2 to 3 years ago.
Yes, sir.
Now, these people are coming out at this point in time, which means they are all...
Sir, let me say this. Let me come in by saying this. You know, the investigation is not done in Nigeria. Sir, we are in Nigeria. This is a country whereby in a week, Nigerian police force or any investigative team, they will start an investigation, and within a week they are done.
No,
and that's all. These people have been doing this investigation for the past 2 years. Before they come out, before they could come out with this.
Those people in question that brought about this news, I believe some of them were not Nigerian. Nigeria is
there are Nigerians there.
That is what Nigerians are there, foreigners are there, isn't it?
Yes.
Those foreigners, they know the law that is guiding them. Can't they report the issue right from the time this thing happened in their country? Sir, that started for a very long time ago before the man is dead.
Sir, we don't know what TB Joshua will have used to threaten them. We cannot say because he's a man of God, he cannot do all these things that was being accused of him.
To threaten them, the fact still remain the same, that there is nobody here on earth. If you want to become a successful man, you will not think of what people will say behind you. Have you ever seen many people out there that makes money? They will tell you, oh, don't mind them, it's a ritualist. So if you are poor, they will say, don't mind them. That is
the fact that we keep seeing all these men of God, like people that cannot do all these things, is still paining me because they are human like us.
Now let me ask, does that, with all this outcome of the investigation now, does that really brings the dead man back to life?
No, that's not the case.
What is the case?
Thank you. The reason for this investigation is to let some other pastors or men of God that is doing this kind of thing to stop what they are doing.
Anybody that fell victim of those so-called men of God that are still alive should come out now to say it.
Exactly, that's the reason.
Because I believe if the truth is coming out, if truly he committed those sins, if truly, I didn't say he committed it, if truly he committed those sins, that does not bring the fact that the man will be brought from the dead to come and face his
Sir, we are not talking about the dead anymore. What they are trying to say here is the fact that this pastor was being investigated and there are so much allegations on you, or 25 eyewitnesses, this is too much. Like, even if they should continue with the investigation, they will have more than that.
Sidonje,
sir,
what is the way forward?
The way forward.
To argue on this issue.
Thank you. Now, this is it. Most of these men of God, even some clerics in Islam or anybody called religious or all these religious leaders, most of them are in the act of assaulting people, but putting them in fears, like giving them threatening their life. Now, that if you speak out, we are going to do this to you.
Let me come in by saying this. Let me use a single statement to qualify it. The Bible says, "You will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." That's all.
Well, that's it from the man of God, ambassador. The Bible says you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. All right, this is where we're going to be ending it on the show today. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. Follow us on Twitter, on X account, on YouTube, on TikTok, and Facebook at Wisdom Yard Online TV. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatunji, but you can call me Sidonje. Thank you so much, ambassador, for joining us on the show. We'll see you again tomorrow. Be good and be hardworking. Bye.